even if Barbara does manage to slither out of this thing, it doesn't make her innocent. She is as guilty as the day is long, and she will pay for it, one way or another.
I hope that's not a threat. If it is, I hope you reconsider.
We have no need to threaten your poor client. She's gonna have it rough enough trying to live her whole life knowing the horrible things she's done.
Let's go back in the courtroom, shall we, girls? If he wants to take pot shots, let him put us back on the stand.
Don't let them get to you either. True, after the trial is over, you won't be the most popular gal in town, but you'll be free.
Has it ever occurred to you for even 1 second that you might be wrong?
And what does that get us?
Maybe all your fancy footwork will backfire. And not only will I be the most hated gal in town, I'll also be a convicted felon.
For the last time, you're not going to jail. I'm preparing our case for the defense, and when I unveil our Trojan horse...
Oh, please. You used up your drama allowance when you passed out those stones to the angry townsfolk. There is no Trojan horse. There is no secret weapon. Oh, my God. Don't tell me you're bringing James Dunn back into the courtroom.
Just trust me, okay? Please tell us what happened after you brought Barbara back to the police station.
After first refusing to answer any questions, she decided to make a confession.
With or without the benefit of counsel?
She waived her right to counsel.
Objection. The confession in question was already deemed inadmissible. Thanks to a motion by Mr. Travers himself, I fail to see how it has any bearing right now.
Where are you going with this, Mr. Travers?
If Your Honor and my esteemed colleague will bear with me, it goes to show the credibility of this witness.
I'm only prepared to bear with you for so long, so make it quick.
Lieutenant, you had a conversation with my client prior to her delivering this so-called confession. Isn't that so?
Yes.
And did this talk encourage her to make a confession without benefit of counsel?
I suppose it could have.
Please, tell us if there were any conditions attached to what you said.
I told her that she couldn't see our son unless she came clean.
In other words, you coerced the confession.
I wouldn't call it coercion.
Telling her she couldn't see her son if she didn't confess.
I was trying to protect our son.
Protect your son or punish the woman who dumped you for another man?
Objection, Your Honor.
Sustained.
I withdraw the last question. Lieutenant, in previous testimony, you stated that you cared deeply for Ms. Ryan. Does that mean that you kept close tabs on her after her arrest?
I tried to.
You tried? You weren't successful?
I wasn't always available.
In fact, you were hospitalized in a psychiatric ward, weren't you?
Objection, Your Honor. I fail to see how Lieutenant Munson's medical history has any bearing here.
I disagree, Miss Griffin. The witness will answer.
I was under the influence of a type of post-hypnotic suggestion commonly known as brainwashing. I needed time to recover.
And who had you programmed, Lieutenant?
James Stenbeck.
I see. We heard earlier in testimony that you facilitated his escape from the hospital. Is this hypnotic suggestion why you were induced to help Mr. Stenbeck?
Yes. And obviously anything that I did was against my will. I did not want to help him.
Really? Sounds frighteningly familiar. Yet here you sit, free as a bird. Isn't there someone else in this courtroom who was forced to aid and abet Mr. Stenbeck against her will?
Objection. Counsel is calling for conclusion on part of the witness.
Mr. Travers, please rephrase.
Certainly, Your Honor. Lieutenant, isn't Barbara Ryan just another one of James Stenbeck's unwitting victims, just as you were? Just as Carly Tenney, Emily Stewart, and Rose D'Angelo were as well? Please, answer the question. Do you believe that Barbara Ryan was used by James Stenbeck to accomplish his own ends?
I believe that Barbara is a victim, yes.
Thank you.
But there is a difference between what you did and what I did. She had a choice.
I have one more question. Do you believe Barbara Ryan is a dangerous criminal who should be put away for the rest of her life?
No, I do not believe that.
Order! Order in the court! Order!
Didn't you trade her for your girlfriend? You sent her off to a man you knew to be dangerous. Used her to protect yourself.
Objection, Your Honor. Counsel is drawing conclusions for the witness that are entirely contrary to the very heart of his testimony.
That's not exactly how it happened.
In the funhouse, when there was a gun pointed at your head, you allowed Barbara Ryan to trade her life for your own.
Objection, Your Honor.
Overruled. The witness will answer the question.
As I said, that's not exactly how it happened.
Which part is incorrect? That you traded your girlfriend for the woman you'd come to despise? Or that you allowed my client to trade her life for your own?
I had to make a judgment call, Mr. Travers.
The fact
Your
is
client...
that you sold Barbara out, isn't it? To save your own hide.
Stop it! You're twisting everything around to make it look bad. Just cut that out! Please. Order in the court. Order. What is wrong with you? How can you sit there and allow him to twist everything around like that?
Miss Tenney, or you will be answering a contempt citation from the inside of a jail cell. Sit down.
Carly, look, I'm sorry, but this is not fair.
Mr. Travers was partially correct. I did allow Barbara to go with James, but I didn't do it to save my own hide. I did it to protect Carly Tenney and my lieutenant, Hal Munson.
I have no further questions. This witness is excused.
You should have done that.
I'm sorry. I couldn't sit here and listen to him make you sound like some kind of
I get why you're upset, Carly, but no more. You could blow this case against Barbara and you'd never forgive yourself.
Your next witness, Miss Griffin.
Your Honor, the state rests.
Mr. Travers, I assume that you'll want to recess for the remainder of the day?
No, Your Honor, my client and I are anxious to proceed. The defense calls Lily Snyder to the stand.
Rose had been kidnapped. Paul and I were at our wits' end. I thought if I dressed up like Rose, I could get Barbara to admit what she had done.
In other words, you conspired with Barbara's own son to trick her.
My sister was missing. I had to find her.
Were you not aware that Barbara Ryan was emotionally unstable after her devastating accident?
We were all aware that she was having some emotional problems at that time.
Did you refer her to a psychiatrist?
Well, she hardly ever returned any of my phone calls.
Yes or no? Did you take your friend by the hand and try to get some help for her?
No, I did not refer Barbara to a psychiatrist. It's been my experience that psychotherapy is only successful when the patient is a willing participant.
So you did nothing? You, who are supposedly her friend.
I'm her family.
Were you aware that Barbara Ryan was taking painkillers? Possibly more than prescribed?
Well, yes, I became aware that she was taking painkillers. Her burns were so severe, she needed some kind of relief. But she insisted that she wasn't abusing them.
And you believed her?
Well, I was concerned. I had my doubts, but
Were you aware of the troubled relationship Barbara had with her grown son? That she was estranged from her husband and her other children?
Yes, of course. I knew she'd shut everybody out.
Yet you sat by and did nothing.
What?
You sat there and did nothing and allowed this vulnerable, injured, debilitated woman, obviously suffering from emotional and physical distress, to fall under the sway of a vicious criminal.
But how was I to know that James Stenbeck was involved? How could I know that?
You might have known if you hadn't abandoned your own niece.
I beg your pardon. She shut us out.
Isn't it true that you told other friends that you thought you'd failed Barbara?
Yes, of course.
Don't you feel that way now?
I felt I had failed her. I felt we all had.
That'll
Maybe
be
there was
all, Miss Hughes. Thank you.
Ms. Griffin, do you have any further questions of this witness?
I would just like to remind the court that the witnesses are not on trial here today.
You may save that for your summation.
Then no, I have no questions for this witness.
You may step down.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I'd like a brief moment just to consult with my client. It's the home stretch now, Barbara.
What does that mean?
You're about to see why you're paying me the big bucks.
Mr. Travers, I trust you're ready to proceed now?
Yes, I am, Your Honor. The defense calls Jessica Griffin to the stand. It's your personal hatred of Barbara Ryan that allowed you and Oakdale's hapless, prejudiced police force not to go after the real perpetrator here, isn't it?
No, we had sufficient evidence to implicate Barbara Ryan in these kidnappings.
Sure. Evidence that was most likely planted by James Stenbeck.
Who will be prosecuted once he's found?
Why go after him when you've got Barbara Ryan in your hot little hands? Why, she's everyone's favorite pariah.
That's not true.
It's not? She embarrassed you publicly. Now's your chance to show her a thing or two.
Your Honor, I have objections. We need to approach the bench.
Your Honor, there's no need for a sidebar here because I submit that this isn't even a trial. In fact, what's been perpetrated here by the district attorney is beneath the dignity of this court. As I've shown today, this whole escapade is nothing more than an act of revenge. And for that reason, I move that these proceedings be declared a mistrial.
What?